Captain LaserHawk, a Blood Dragon remix, is a new show that came out this year on Netflix, and many people have been enjoying it, including me. As mentioned in the title of this video, this is going to be a very scuffed discussion because, like, I'm not planning any of this. There's no script. I just came off hot the presses of watching the show, so it's very recent in my mind, and there will be opinions and old sorts of nonsense or whatever, and especially because, like, I'm not an expert. I don't know things like what makes a good show per se. I just know what I personally like, whatever I can think of in the moment, and you can very much disagree with me, agree with me, whatever. But I will start off with saying I did enjoy it. I liked it. I had fun watching it. It was very enjoyable. And at the end of the day, you could just stop watching right here. If that's all you want to know, it's like, oh, is it enjoyable? Does ArtGnat like it? Now you know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think it's worth watching and might give you some fun, especially if you don't like, I don't know, if you don't try too hard to not enjoy it or kind of like nitpick it or whatever. I didn't try and nitpick while watching or whatever. I was just trying to enjoy it, which is what I prefer to do with pretty much everything. But after I watched it, I did have things that came to my mind. But before I get to that, I will say, let me praise it some more, or I guess say things that I personally enjoyed. I enjoyed the like mishmash of like just all the characters and stuff, especially from other like Ubisoft franchise stuff. Actually, like with a very quick Wikipedia search right here, let me say what's on the wiki right now. Captain LaserHawk, a Blood Dragon remix, is a French-American adult animated streaming television series, oh that's a mouthful, produced by Ubisoft Film and Television, Bobby Pills, and Bootleg Universe. Oh, this is the part I want to say. It is inspired by the 2013 video game Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, while amalgamating elements and characters from several other Ubisoft franchises. Yeah, that's the main part. They purposely, like, and this is kind of cool. So they took a video game, they took one of their games and like took heavy inspiration from it, and they're like, well, let's twist it, remix it, and then throw in a bunch of characters from other places in IPs they have, because why not, you know? So I kind of enjoyed that. Some people might not like it and might put them off, which is very fair. To be honest though, I don't really play many Ubisoft things or know, like most of these things I probably wouldn't really know or recognize, or like the IPs or characters or whatever. I definitely recognize Rayman, which I feel like is probably one of the bigger parts of the show that's being cycled around, because like, whoa, he goes edgy towards the end or whatever. Spoiler, I guess. And people are just like, oh, that's awesome and cool. I later learned that this isn't the first time he's been quote unquote edgy, so it's nothing new, but it's still cool. Another thing I definitely recognize is the Assassin's Creed thing. I don't recognize the frog who is a part of the Assassin's Creed, but I do know the Assassin's Creed games. I never played them myself, and they're not my kind of game, or I didn't really care for them, but I know about them. I had friends who really liked the game, and so that was really cool to me. I also am not, like, I never grew up per se with the Rayman games, or didn't really care that much about the raging rabbits and all that kind of stuff, but I still have nostalgia for the character. So that's why I kind of liked it. Outside of that, don't really recognize anything else. Definitely know nothing about Far Cry, so I could not tell you what from Far Cry helped inspired parts of this. I have zero clue. Wow, isn't this making you want to like respect and trust my opinion the more I talk? Probably not, but I'm gonna keep talking and you're still watching for some reason. The setting, the like plot for the most part, all that kind of stuff, I'm liking it. I'm generally down for it. It's obviously nothing new in terms of like dystopian, futuristic kind of stuff, cyberpunky kind of things. Not a new thing per se, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy it. We can quote unquote rehash things all the time and it can still be fun and enjoyable. I wouldn't lie that part of what is kind of making me really like this setting or whatever is just the fact that Rayman is there, and he essentially ended up becoming the spokesperson for the dystopian like company slash country, I guess, and he's just like peddling all their lies and propaganda and stuff with him also believing in it for the most part towards the end, and that like it's just I don't know. I just find that funny because, like, again, even though I haven't really played the Rayman games and all that kind of stuff, but just in my mind, just like this funny little video game character who can be edgy but is also a little cartoony and cute and all that kind of stuff, just being like, oh god, just being part, like, woven into this part of this dystopian situation and just peddling such propaganda is just kind of entertaining to me. And now it's time for my negatives, I guess. I don't really want to call it that. But again, overall, despite what I'm about to say, I still enjoy the show. I hope that there's more episodes. And this shouldn't stop you from enjoying it. And I still like it and whatever. But part of, I guess, to exaggerate, my biggest gripe so far is the pacing. I feel like everything is happening too fast. I feel like things and stuff progress and happen too fast, or we get too many, I guess, skips in time, kind of. And that very much could be like, I mean, they obviously chose to pace it like that, and very much this is exactly what they're going for and how they want to do it and all that kind of stuff, and that's completely fine. For me personally, for my own personal taste, you see, this is where there's opinions and stuff. I mean, all of it is opinions. For my own personal taste, for at least how they're doing things, it's a little too fast. I feel like they need to spend more I don't know, everything was just happening too fast. I think the events and stuff that took place between the 6 episodes that are currently out right now should have been spread out more properly. I don't want it to be bloated either, but I feel like it should have been paced out a little slower, I guess. I don't want to say better, because I don't want to say it's better this way, but personally I think it should have been paced out slower. Maybe the 6 episodes spaced out to like 10 episodes or something, maybe at most 11. Yeah, it's I don't know. That's honestly the main biggest gripe. The animation and all that kind of stuff I do enjoy for the most part, and the art I think looks cool. I wasn't that fond of like the real IRL person but then pixelated actor kind of thing. That just looked a little weird to me. I get it, and I think it's kind of cool. I like the experimentation. The pixel arty game parts, they were alright. I like shows doing things like this. It's just how they executed it just didn't fit my fancy, essentially. Like, I would have just rather seen like the current, like the actual like main animation art style for some of those scenes, especially like one of the fight scenes right before LaserHawk is betrayed by why am I forgetting his name? Troy or something. I know their names. Oh, it's not Troy. It's Alex Taylor. Okay. Before Alex Taylor betrayed Captain LaserHawk, there's like that fight scene, there's part of it was done in the pixel art game thingy, and I kind of would have way rather seen it in the actual like main animation style. Although this might have not been the case, but I feel like that might have been like a sneaky way to like obviously like to do something cool there with the pixel art stuff, but a little sneaky way to save on resources on like doing the main animation style, which I feel like might have been a little more costly, especially with it being a fight scene. I'm not sure though. I'm not an expert in the animation scene. I'm here at my computer talking about a show, so I know nothing. Speaking of Alex Taylor, I do like his character, or at least what they're doing with him. Do I like him as a person? Technically, no. I don't fully agree with him, really, like, in that case. But in terms of what they're doing with him as a character for the sake of the show and all that kind of stuff, I like it. And I like the dynamic between him and Captain LaserHawk. But I feel like, just like with again, this is my main gripe. I feel like things should have been paced out slower, I guess, because like I feel like we should have had a little more time with the two characters, maybe just like half an episode more before the betrayal or something, or not half an episode, or like wait, it happened episode 1, the betrayal, I think, right? I might be crazy, I don't remember, I don't know, but half an episode more than what we got, at least maybe a full episode's worth before the betrayal, getting more understanding of like, I don't know, just getting used to them being like quote unquote on each other's side and all that kind of stuff, and maybe getting slight hints of like not Taylor's betrayal, but like slight hints of his more hardcore, I guess, chaos side of like trying to like is willing to sacrifice anything for the cause he believes in, kind of thing. And then I feel like again, if we had a little bit more of that time, then maybe the betrayal would have hit us harder, or hit me harder, I guess. Because I was just like, oh, that sucks, damn, kind of thing. But it didn't really hit me. I didn't get enough time to really like care about the characters really yet, or to invest myself in them. I wasn't given enough time. I did enjoy the twist with the warden. That was insane. Like, oh my, I was like, oh no, she's fully evil and committed, and it doesn't even seem like she's properly brainwashed per se. Like towards the end of it, you see she's like, she's basically like, yeah, screw Eden, I want to take over. So like she wants to take over and quote unquote rebuild it in a different way. Oh, and more with related to the pacing. I would have loved to slowly see more Rayman slowly become more and more disillusioned with Eden and all that kind of stuff that's happening. Like that downfall just happened way too quickly. Like, I don't know. And then him like so quickly doing that, and then all of a sudden being like such a badass with a gun and stuff is all cool. Also, like it was so quick. It was so quick. He takes out the whole board of directors literally the same episode that he fully becomes edgy. It's like, I don't know. I wanted more time. I want more time with all this stuff. That's, like I said, that is pretty much my main gripe. Well, regardless, I still like the show. If they are gonna keep doing more episodes, hopefully, or another season, or I don't know how it's gonna work, I'm definitely gonna watch more of it. And I do recommend this. I would recommend this to someone. Maybe not to everyone. Like if it's someone if you were to ask me, would you just, in a vague general sense, to like just generically to anyone, do I recommend this as a watch? I would say for the most part, yes. If I was being asked by a specific person if I would recommend it to them, and if I know them, I may not always recommend it to them, because if I know them, maybe they wouldn't like it, especially if they're similar to me, or even more so in the direction of where like that pacing would be a problem for them, then I might not recommend it for them. But I do think it's worth a try, even if you who are watching might be that kind of person. I'm assuming if you are watching this video, especially towards the end, you probably, hopefully, have watched LaserHawk. And yeah, have a good day and or night, and I'll see you later. Bye.